Tell them run it up. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip this, wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip this, wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip this, wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip this, wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, I'm so fancy. Yeah. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then advantage. Yeah, I can't stand it. At all the way you move and see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Stood strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Tables set, now tables turn. God's plan, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop.
Good morning all. Hope everyone is good and everyone is well. Happy Friday to everyone. Let me see that I'm all systems go. I forgot to unmute myself on Zoom, but we look all good now. That's why we double check systems. What's going on with my camera is not working here. Let me see if I can fix that. Why is my camera not working? See if we can fix it. How about now, sir? Yes, very good. All right, let's get into it. Morning. So Friday today, have a look at news for today. Pretty clean day. Not really much going on, nothing too much we have to worry about. London session pretty clean. A little bit of consumer inflation expectations at 12:30, but nothing really major here. And yeah, yesterday obviously unemployment coming back here, and absolutely sending gold to the moon, right? So this is the big news, is that we saw unemployment come back a little bit higher. We saw PPI, which is a measure of basically producer-based inflation, change in the price of service goods sold by producers. So we're seeing inflation tick up, and this is giving that rate cut hopes here. So we're seeing rate cut hopes come into the market here. We also saw ECB bring down rates as well, for everyone who's interested in euro. So that's what happened yesterday, and it just sent gold nuts. A lot of accumulated volume dispersed yesterday, and we saw gold reach into not only new time highs, but very strong push out the range, which we're going to have a look at after looking at our general GJ here. So removing drawing, starting off on the daily time frame here, we can see previous daily did end up closing bullish here. Current daily has broken the lows here, so as long as we respect this previous daily high, we should be able to stay in this range, if not attempt to fill some of this wick here. If we then investigate on the 4-hour time frame, we can see we did tap 4-hour target already. So we have tapped the 4-hour support here, and we left a little bit of a rejection wick. Now it's going to be up to price what it wants to do from here. Does it want to continue up a little bit higher before coming back down, or do we want to be able to fill this wick and continue down, which is why we'll need to investigate in lower time frames. So let's make sure that we have that drawn. That is basically your 185 level. We do have a 4-hour support below that as well, but you know, we did close below this previous one, so this is kind of like a range, and we're coming towards the bottom of the range if we're looking at the analysis here. Looking at 1-hour time frame, leaving multiple rejection wicks here as well on 1-hour time frame. Seeing 1, 2, 3 rejection wicks here. Current 1 hour did reject towards the upside, but then basically, you know, failed to continue up here. So it's kind of forming some form of consolidation here. 30-minute failed to close. It did close slightly above, but failed to close back inside of the range. And it looks like we're sitting between this 30-minute support and 185,500 in terms of a resistance. So based on that, you know, you could expect it here to retest this support down here. Now below that support, do we really have range here? Remember that 500 is around the 4-hour support. So if we go ahead and put a line here, we'll have to see how price reacts at that support. Oops, not that one. And that line is now at 15, bro. How the hell am I supposed to find that line? I guess this is the one. That line was at 15, man. So we'll see what price does at this 15-minute support here. If it wants to reject, continue higher, or what does it want to do here? So, I mean, at the moment here, it could just sit in this range until proven otherwise. If not, I mean, high chance we do at this time. I would at least test this previous somewhere down in here, as we're just moving down currently. But yeah, we need to see how price wants to react. 5-minute here pushing down already. And then we make an assumption from there. 1-hour candle obviously closing bullish here will give us a good indication here. This 15-minute candle did not close back inside the range here. So yeah, we'll see. If this 15-minute candle closes back inside the range, I do think there's a high chance we go and fill this range, but that's not really enough for me to take a trade. 8 pips. But below here, we'll start to see, definitely below 4-hour support really opens up. Once we get below 4-hour support, pretty clean sailing, to be honest, below 4-hour support here. So probably just gonna mess around in here until it decides to break one of the ranges, and then we'll react accordingly. Looking at GBP USD here, also monumental push towards the upside with gold here as we see that USD weakness come into the market here. So right now we're sitting at this 1.315, which is a key level here, and price is basically deciding what it wants to do. Previous daily obviously closing strong bullish here, back inside the range as well. We could end up creating a lower high and continue down one more time is also possible here, so we have to keep that in mind, but we don't have signs of that yet. We need at least a 4-hour candle closing strong bearish here. Previous 4-hour did close doji bullish. Yeah, it's doji bullish on previous 4-hour. So I mean, not giving us too much information in terms of sells here. It's more on the bullish side, but yeah, very extended here. So love to see some form of liquidity grab. If not, then possibly just breakout trades could be an option here above the key level to see if volume is going to come in here and just take breakout trades above the key level. We do have these watch zones somewhere around here. This previous range is pretty nasty here around the 131, so that's definitely going to be a zone of contention somewhere inside of here. Otherwise if we can get through that, then you know it should be able to continue back up to the daily resistance, but would like to see some sort of liquidity grab just to prove it wants to take some juice. You know, I'd rather have some juice. If we can actually form a little pullback right now, come back down to here and then buy back up would be also very interesting to take that. I would also look at that. If this 4-hour closed bearish, we could have a more confidence of the sells and we could potentially look to sell this, but we don't have that yet. That maybe comes by New York today, where we sell the retracement. So let's go on gold here, what everyone's waiting for. Gold, monumental push towards the upside, and had some good, you know, 1 minute strategy is always the best in these type of scenarios, but had some, you know, nice overall price action form here and a great push towards the upside, a big one, and that is, you know, so from highs here we have already worked on a, how big is this, 400 pip move. So yeah, very decent move here, and yeah, at all-time high here. If we're looking at some 4-hour targets here, obviously key levels are going to be the kind of targetability here. If we just take a little bit of an extension tool here just to see in terms of extensions what we're looking at, we've blasted through all the targets. Even on an extension basis, all the targets have been blasted through here. So as an extension basis, yeah, we're basically cooking here, and we're like fully through the ranges here. Now it's just, I mean, key level, watching key levels and letting price create structure for supports and resistances, and then we can manage off that. Right now we're stuck at this 70 level. I wonder if we'll break out. I wonder if London will break out here. It will be extremely interesting to see if London traders are going to try discount price, try get it cheaper to buy back up, or are we just going to be one of these historical moments where we just continue up bullish. Obviously volume here is dying. We can see volume is dying. We can see how price is slowly you know, getting smaller, candles getting smaller, but let's see what it does above 70. I've not really traded conditions like this. I've traded all-time highs many times, but at these like continuous all-time highs. Remember, we've been printing all-time highs here on gold. Normally on gold we get like heavy stout, so this is what I'm used to. We'd get these heavy pushes here, range 4-hour will give you a better example, but normally we get these heavy pushes, range, heavy push, 4-hour range, heavy push, 4-hour range, so we can play that. Same thing here, and then that's followed by deep correction phases. Right now we've had a heavy push. Normally it is followed by a 4-hour range here, so we have to keep that in mind. I'd be interested to see how price action, I mean, what scenario would we be in right now? We would be in a scenario that is similar to not much here, to be honest. This is new in itself, because if we're looking at how price action has developed, we don't have any types of structure here. If we go back here and see what time, I'd say we're kind of in a phase which is sort of, yeah, it's interesting here. It's very interesting. I'd like to just see how this phase looks on like a 15-minute. So I mean, here we were followed by consolidation. Whenever we went into these type of ranges here, I want to see slow moves up. This is not slow moves. This is like consolidation, breakout consolidation. Slow moves up here. This is all New York session. London here just ranges, but that's easy range. Fakes out, right? So you do get the breakout in London. That's a little bit later. That's again New York here. Here's like London. Let's go see a different phase. So I'm inclined to buy today. I'm inclined to buy, but we need this kind of going to be an experimental buy because we don't really know how price action wants to react. I said this is a good scenario here. This is a good scenario. This is kind of the scenario we're in. So what time was this? This was like late night Asian. So yeah, we'll see how price action develops, but obviously above 2570 area of interest for me, or if we can create some form of pullbacks and structure form to continue bullish, we can also look at that. Morning Harry, this gold push, could it be that investors are uncertain about the economy? Well, it's not only that, it's also the rate reductions. They're really pricing in a rate reduction, so we can discuss a little bit about the rate reductions. What's basically happening is we're seeing interest rates, right? We're seeing interest rates gonna be announced on when? Does anyone know the date? September 18th, right? September 18th, big day. They are planning a 0.25 rate reduction here. A 0.25 rate reduction, the first rate reduction. They have hinted at a possibility of 0.5. This is all bearish for the USD and bullish for assets like gold, US 30, etc. Okay, that is why we've been seeing this massive pricing in of price just pushing towards the upside, while all assets, right, especially gold. Look at this. I want you guys to understand this as well. Look at the pullback we had on Nasdaq, right? We had a very red week in the beginning of September. Look at Nasdaq pullback, SPX pullback, beginning of September or end of August here, sorry, beginning of September. Nasdaq red, very heavy pullback. Same thing on Nas. On US 30, same thing, heavy pullbacks, right? These are big pullbacks from all-time high. But if you look at gold, not really, man. Consolidation. So gold was obviously the outlier here, as it's also a hedge, right? A hedge, and it's also a safe haven, right? Not more of a hedge in this circumstance, but more of a safe haven. So we're seeing it be a safe haven asset. And since it's a safe haven asset, we can see a lot of pressure. Like, man, the amount of money that had to go in gold to push it this much at all-time high is actually insane. It's actually insane. And it's really, really, did ECB rate cuts play a role in gold all-time high as well? Maybe you could have seen money leave euro back into gold. It's possible, yes. It's possible, yes. At all-time highs, investors invest, confusing, more FOMO, right? And continuation, moving money into an asset here. It's not investors investing. This could also be exit liquidity that people are going to use. So I expect two scenarios, guys, and I want you guys all to listen up very, very carefully here because we're going to discuss it. I'll probably discuss it before September 18th, but this push here, I expect us ahead of September 18th, which is coming on Wednesday next week, right? Wednesday, big day next week. I expect two things. Now, Wednesday next week is going to be like a day that you have to sit and watch because that's the big rate cut day. There's no trading USD on those days. I expect two things. I expect either we come into this, we form some sort of range, and then if the Fed surprises us with no rate cut, this thing is going to absolutely dump. Heavy. And even with a rate reduction, people think this is going to pump. I think maybe we see a spike up followed by all-time high profit taking with a buy the rumor, sell the news type event. Okay, that is what I'm thinking. Even with a surprise 50% basis point cut, I think we see some spike up. How big the spike up, I don't know, but yeah, I mean there's a possibility that they could surprise with no rate hike. There is a possibility, so it will be interesting times to see. And this will be the first rate hike that has been done since we started increasing interest rates, right? So we did reach the support on GJ I was talking about. So now it's up to it if it wants to get below, or what does it want to do here, or does it want to stay in the range. GU starting to pull back. This is the liquidity grab we wanted. See if we can even come back deeper down to here and look for buys from somewhere down here. Looking for buys from somewhere down here would be nice as well, because we'll have a target to tap. I like these type of setups as they give me range to trade and I don't have to buy highs. Gold is obviously pulling back here. Ranges are pretty big on gold. This pullback is almost completing a 50 pip move. We have officially broken our uptrend since Asian session. So this is something new here coming into Frankfurt Open. And this is something different. We can't just buy higher lows because something has changed here. Since Asian session yesterday, 4 a.m., we have been printing higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, blah, 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 etc., until right now we are broken. Arguably, you can argue that this is broken, but I would argue this is the last low compared to this, right? But this is obviously a clear resolution to that. So is this liquidity grab, or is this going to now start to pull back on a 15-minute time frame deeper to deeper levels? We'll have to see. If this is the liquidity grab, then we will get back above 2470 and 2570, and we'll see what ends up happening there. So yeah, that is the analysis here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the analysis, and if you did, you know what to do. I'd appreciate it leaving a like on the stream. Definitely does help. Hate to say it, but part of the game. You guys know the drill. Let's get up to 150. And yeah, let's put in the reminder in chat so I don't have to keep saying it. I would say out of all the pairs, probably the smallest ranges are here on GJ. Because we're trading into this mess. We're trading at 4-hour targets. It's a little bit different. I would say it's an interesting day today. It's quite an exciting day in terms of realizing what happens today. Like, today's a day where it's completely new. Like, look, we're trading at full all-time highs in London session. Like, it's not really been done before. Imagine, we are going to be the first traders in history to trade gold at these levels in London session. We are the first. No one has ever done it. Isn't that wild to think about? No one has ever done it. No one has experimented. All of your smart money traders cannot trade right now because it's pushing bullish and they need their liquidity grabs and all of this stuff, right? They need their manipulation to happen. This is where pure price action always takes over, because the only way you can trade this is trading what you see. You have to use a price action based approach right now and trade off what's happening on price action standpoint. So we will be the first London session. Good luck finding your order block at all-time high. Exactly. Harry, I do not know what fundamental. Can you explain why is interest rate and how that correlation is with currency? I'd recommend you make a simple Google search. I think that will save you a lot of time. Instead of me explaining a concept that is heavily discussed on Google, and it will help you. I think that's the initiative you should take as a trader, is to search that on Google. It will definitely help you. Can you explain why you don't want to look for sells on GU since we are fully bullish? Yeah, it would be breaking. You would be counter trend, right? If you want to try counter trend, try. But this is the problem. This rejection can happen anytime because we're bullish. Like if I asked you right now, if you had to be a betting man, you know, does this look bearish to you? It doesn't. We don't know. It could be. It could not be. It's up to price right now. Price could easily start reversing from here, and then we start to take sells, right? But we need that to prove to us. We don't even have a 1 hour change of structure. There's nothing. We don't even have like proper any structure, to be honest. Even 30-minute doesn't have proper structure. This is kind of the first proper structural point. So I guess our counter trend, if we're going to counter trend, we're going to look for sells below here, this 15-minute support, right? If we get below here, this is where your counter trend. You can try take that. It is valid. You know, I think but what I would like to see first is the liquidity grab, then that happened. That would give me confidence to take counter trend today. GJ in a no trade zone? I know GJ is in a trade zone right now. It's just going to be up to price. If it wants to close below, we need to just be careful of 4-hour supports. 4-hour supports are going to be the thing. Basically, these two supports. Once we get below, it's clean sailing, guys. Look, below here is very big LTA. Pretty clean sailing. So I would say look at 185 here is going to be important for us as well. 185. If this 15-minute candle closed below, it would have been different, but we closed at the support. That's what I was saying in the beginning of the analysis. That's a high chance we do test the support. What happens at the support is 50-50 because it's tested. Now, obviously, if there's more bearish momentum, breaking through is more likely, but we did bounce off it first. So that's why we want to kind of trade below it, you know, and then see what happens. So about 3 minutes until this candle close. I really wonder what gold would do. Is this like this is the first 1 hour candle closing since Asian session, since Asian and daily open, first 1 hour candle closing bearish potentially here. So it's something new. So I guess the level here is 500 is going to be our watch level here. It's going to be a level of interest, obviously a rejection level. Once we get below that, it should be pretty easy. This 1 hour closing like this is going to be good for sells because it's giving a strong bearish close. If it rejects now in the last 2 minutes, it's not going to look the best. But yeah, I really believe that probably by the time where we get a proper confirmation sell is maybe going to be below 4 hour support, unless we could close nicely below 500 right now. No, 500, sorry, 185. If we can close nicely below 185, then it will be a little bit different with some sort of 5-minute structure or something. Pretty big ranges. That's already a 50 pip. So gold pulling back here. Want to have a look at some of the plans here. Let's have a look. Pips be waiting. Oh, took sells here. Where was TP? The support. Yeah, I believe that's tapped. Nice one, nice one. See London plans here. Okay, buys above, sells looking for below that zone. All right, all right. Yeah, we have that 185 level. Yeah, I'd prefer later sells. I think that's going to be the cleanest sells below that. Gold plan, yeah, structure and buys above. Breakout trade, trying. Let's get it. Let's have a look at this. Looking for pullbacks on gold to buy up. All right, that's sensible. And then sells below the 4 hour support, also nice. I agree with that. Took GJ sells here, all right, based on the 5 closing below. Okay, I see that. Where was original stops? Above the 15 or above the 5? Actually, it can't be above the 5. You would have been stopped out, so I'm guessing above the 15. Yeah, nice little scalp there. That's a nice little scalp. RB previous 5. Oh, unlucky, unlucky. Idea did play out though, right? GJ reacting, it is not the strongest 15 close here, but 1 hour is still closing bearish nevertheless, and below that level, hopefully below this level as well. Yeah, below that level. So if 1 hour makes a top wick and starts to make its way down below 185, that's where I think options will open up for GJ. GU here is still ranging, so we are accumulating. We just did grab some liquidity here, which is quite nice. So this could even give a breakout trade. One hour still respecting structure, right? So you could give a breakout trade. Gold closed pretty strong here, bearish, right? Pretty strong bearish on 30-minute 15. We did not break structure though. We did not break structure, but this could be the liquidity grab to give a potential breakout. We'll also have to see. That previous daily candle doesn't have bottom wick. Don't you think we can go down to create the bottom wick on which pair? Sorry, man. Instead of remarking 4-hour, 1-hour support and resistance, have you tried marking only the immediate support and resistance time frame you're trading? That seems to work too. Yeah, but you look, if you didn't know that on GJ that there was a 4-hour support here and you sold and it rejected, you would have lost. And then you lost on that trade, and it sucks because you didn't do your high time frame markup. Same as here, right? You would have, all of these rejections, you wouldn't understand where these rejections are coming from, but this was coming from a 4-hour support. Same with this. You would have sold here. This big rejection here came from the 4-hour support. You didn't know because you didn't have your higher time frame markup. Very important. Remember, you can't trade lower time frame without understanding what's happening on higher time frame. Gold effed me up yesterday. I went for buys 2049 and entry SL was 2043. It took me out and went up. Yeah, that can happen. You have to maybe plan re-entries, or if that's a move that you don't know how to capitalize on, then accept that that's not in your skill level. Don't feel FOMO over it. Don't try to force anything, as that's probably a move you're not ready for, right? Instead, change your mindset and learn, how could I capitalize on that move, right? Go back and check. All countries deduct interest rates. Why only US crash? It hasn't crashed, it's pumped, right? You have seen assets pumped, but US dollar become weaker, and that happens. What's happening with your internet? Troubleshooting. Ethernet does not have valid IP. Damn. Yeah, that's probably coming from your ISP. For sure coming from your ISP. Nothing to do with PC. Did you Google search it? That normally is the best. How to fix and then copy paste what it says. And then try all of the troubleshooting it says. One by one you'll have to go through. I done all what you have to do. You have to go now on like a Reddit form. Reddit form is where, not the website. Got to level 9 and face it. Maybe I'm destined to be a pro. I'll see your account. Send me your account. We'll see how you've been playing. I'll join you on European server. We can play over the weekend. My ping will be 120. And I'll still wreck everyone. Pro, you need to be like 3000 elo. There's a difference between like 2500 elo, like a 3000 elo player. I found the site, it's called Refrag GG. Look at this, man. Most recent open sites, Refrag. Look, I use it to train. I'll tell you on their play pre-fire, of course, use basic stuff, pre-fires. You see, at 3000 elo, I can get teams to get interested in me. You have to look. if you want to go pro in CS, I need to see you play. But it's playing solo queue and playing as a team is completely different, right? You have to have a designated role. So what is your designated role? You know? Obviously not in-game leader, but what's your designate? Are you good B anchors? Are you good at, you know, entry fragging? So I would say, you know, you need to, I don't know, if you send me your account, I'll watch one of your demos. You know, obviously you have to be sick and carry basically every game. Good aim, all that stuff. But yeah, once you do that, there are teams that could be interested. You just have to apply. Did you ever play Quake? No, I didn't play Quake. What's our stop loss in CS? Well, I don't know what game you're talking about. No one can beat me in billiards. Well, I'll trust you with that. Still need a lot of practice. Yeah, you need to really perfect your pre-aim. You need to have good game sense, is very important. We'll see. We'll play together, bro. I don't mind playing with high ping. Can you review this trade? And it was set up to not watch. I'm not sure, but to me it was. Let's have a look. It's loading. Give it a sec. Aim not on same level. Well, yeah, you need to DM to practice aim. Have a good aim routine as well. Warm-up routine. If you want, I can show you. Took it here. Yeah, I mean, it does count as one. I mean, as long as that has the bottom wick. The problem is this target here is a little bit like, so in the future, man, this is where you can lose here, right? So you have to be very certain today is bearish bias. If today is 100% bearish bias and everything is going down, then this is the only time you can hold. But once we tap this is actually target here. This could start to change structure and start to continue up. Luckily, it did not close above. If it did close above, you probably would have been stopped here. But stop loss placement is correct here. Idea is correct. The closure is correct with the rejection. Very nice rejection of 4-hour time frame here. So yeah, it does make sense. It does make sense. You know, but I'm saying in the future, just, you know, this is good for now because today was very bearish. But if it wasn't as bearish, this could have, and especially if this close above, can stop you out. But today it was okay. What's going on with you and Sniper Entry? I don't know who he is. He's just making parody videos of me, and it's pretty funny. So I just found it funny. All right, so gold pulling back here. I wonder if we can create support to go up, or is this gonna just start pulling back? Is this just gonna cool off now? Are we gonna cool off or what? What is gonna happen? What is happening with GU here? GU is chilling at the top of the range. I hit B on GJ once it tapped the 15S, wondering if it was a good technical decision. Let's have a look. I saw your trade. You entered here. Oh, did the 30 give you a close? Only thing I don't like for future thing is that there's no close back in the 5 minute and inside the range. Right? Because this broke structure towards the upside. I know it's a fake out back below 4-hour support, but just in general, I like actually Ishitam's entry. This one's really nice, where you actually look for the 5-minute structure break, right? Then go. Now your break-even point here, once it tapped it, I don't think it's a bad idea, to be honest, as right there it's 50-50. Obviously it did push through here, but I think what spread got you out is very close, right? I think you could have survived it if you were not break-even plus commission. It's like 1 pip there. I see it as a retest of previous range. I can't wait for 100% confirmations. Yeah, but then that always, you have to realize, okay, what's the probabilities of that playing out then? Like how many times out of, like every trade you take, you need to ask yourself how many times out of 100 do you think this will work? I don't think it's a bad trade. I'm just saying what's a difficult thing in this trade. Like waiting for some sort of 5 minute to get back in the range is nice, like this one. But yeah, it makes sense. You know, especially with 1 hour then reflipping. It makes sense. I don't think it's a bad idea, but unfortunate there. It's literally gave you space, but you know, spreads are, I think, a little bit higher at that time in the morning. I mean, that is target though. Let's be honest, that is target, right? Your target is the bottom of the range. Right? So you know that that is target, that is a place to secure. Obviously your stop loss is a little bit bigger. But then manage, right? Manage on something. If you know that today is going down, once you get, or this is the pullback you get, once you get a 15-minute candle closing bullish, just close for a small loss. Like if you're really confident in it going down, then if it stops going down after reaching target, close it. If it, you know, the worst thing that can happen, you get FU candle and you hit stop loss and that's it. Harry, can you tell me if gold formed a setup 2 yesterday at breaking all-time high on 5 minute? It did form a setup 2. Harry, how much should you risk on funded account? I risk 0.1%. Listen, I tell everyone in my group, again, this is not advice, but for me, the guys in the group, they follow a structure, right? There's a certain way we trade, there's certain rules that we have and disciplines. So realistically, you're not going to get anything done with 0.1%. It's great practice, it's great to build confidence, but you're not going to get anything done. I even say half risk is not worth it unless you're funded. And it depends. If you're in your evaluation phase, what is it called? Not evaluation. What's the first one? Challenge phase. If you're in your challenge phase, risking less than 1% is pretty much useless, as it's not going to do much, right? You have to do a lot for you to get shit done. I would say less than 1% on like phase 2, where you only have to make 5%, is fine, because you're protecting, you have something to lose. Now remember, in phase 1 you have nothing to lose but the money you paid to take the challenge. So you have to have progress on that. You have to push it. Don't be scared of drawdown, because you have to follow a process and just keep risk at 1%. If that trade, or even if you're very confident, a little bit higher. But even if that trade is not worth 1%, then there's no point taking it. There is a trick we can use if you start slipping into too much drawdown, to where you can just reduce to build confidence, but that's all level based. So it's all respective to a level, because if you're not confident enough to get yourself out of drawdown, okay, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to start making mistakes, and you're just going to slip and blow the account, right? But if you are confident enough, you can keep risk at the same level during drawdown. But let's say your psychology starts to get affected, then you want to start reducing risk. And it's very dangerous to reduce risk in drawdown, because it will take longer to get out of drawdown. But it also depends on your skill level, because if not, you're just going to do silly shit and then blow the whole account. So it's situational based. That's why I speak to people separately and understand their situation. Hey Harry, I just realized something. Was watching your stream. We look like long lost twins. I might have to change my name to the Harry Doppelganger. Damn. You have glasses though. I don't wear glasses. Look at this pullback on gold. So gold finally finding a short-term top here. So now, this is interesting. Nothing is pointing down, obviously, for us. So to short gold right here is kind of like playing roulette, So we'll have to see how price wants to populate. We don't even have a 1 hour change of structure. I hope London is just not going to be a pullback phase that we can't really do much with. The only time I can sell now is if we get a 15-minute change of structure. That would be okay to go counter trend, as that will follow our counter trend, and we'll just be trading simple price action. Right? We'll be trading simple price action. GBP USD does look interesting though, because you know, GBP USD is in a phase where we're still holding bullish here. We could see that GBP strength come in and break out. London consolidation and NY breakout, NYSE breakout. Yeah, that would be, you know, that's our favorite, man. That's our favorite. Above 2070, come on. 2570, come on. Full margin, man. Bro, why Forex is harder than trading gold? Some people say gold is harder than trading Forex. It depends how you trade. I think both sides can be made, is arguable, right? Depends what type of trader you are, what you enjoy more, what you enjoy less, etc., etc. I'm in gold sells hoping to catch 400 pips. I don't know why people try to short something that's going up and to long something that's going down. You are calling tops and bottoms. It is very... The day you get lucky, fine. But how many times are you going to lose or get break even? Why not just catch multiple moves during that upside? Like, how much harder... Okay, I want to ask everyone a question here in chat and please reply. Everyone in chat, reply. Is it easier to make money in this move by pressing buy anywhere or pressing sell? Look how accurate you have to be to press sell at these zones. Just to catch these short-term pullbacks, you have to be super accurate instead of pressing buy. You could literally close your eyes and press buy and you would have made money yesterday. Right? So ask yourself, is it easier to make money buying yesterday or selling? Buying, right? So why not do the same until proven otherwise? Like, what's the reason behind 2570 being top? Like, we don't have any reason. There's no 4-hour closing resistance. You know? I literally hit buy and went to sleep. Yeah, you wake up with money. It's like literally not rocket science. Do that with sells and see how you sleep the next day. I use 2570 as a psychological level, multiple rejections on 5 minute for sells. But yeah, what about 2550 here, right? 2555, multiple rejections. Instead, after the multiple rejections, it pushed up for another 150 pip banger. So it's just like, you know, don't always do it like that, you know. Remember the stream that started the whole GJ sell streak? Yeah, we pulled back into the range now in GG. GU is starting to break down. I actually, if we see a little liquidity grab here, I'll be interested in GU counter trend because GU is high time frame is a little bit bearish compared to gold. Not fully high time frame, but we did tap this previous daily. But look, we're making lower highs. So if this wants to roll over, we could make another lower high. 4 hour is showing a weakish close. Even if we get involved in just a small pullback trade, could be worth it. But I would like to see a little liquidity grab. How to stop making bad decisions in trading? You just have to stop. Like, you just have to stop. But let me think of a good way. So, guys, go grab a piece of note or a money from your wallet and try rip it. Go try rip it and see how you feel. It's hard, right? It's hard to rip this money. Because why? Because there's no opposite result. You can't rip this money and be given it back. Whereas in trading, there is that. There is a reward if you get it right. But the problem is that we know bad decisions long term always lead to failure. So essentially, you are ripping money, but you can't do it now. If I asked you go rip this note, you can't rip the note. So the reason is that you keep making bad decisions and subconsciously know that you're just lighting your money on fire because you are engulfed by that whole idea that, hey, I might get lucky and make money. But long term, you won't make money. Long term, you won't make money. So you're just lighting your money on fire. And once you change that mindset, it changes and you stop making bad decisions because you think about that every time. Right? So that's really important. That's really important. Because I dare you all now. Go grab a note from your wallet here and rip it. Rip it. Go rip it. Try. But you'll happily make a bad decision in the market. Do it. I'm waiting. Right? It sucks, right? Like, you feel bad ripping that money. But you don't feel bad making a bad decision until you lost. Until you lost, that is when you feel bad. You know? Why? Because you had a potential reward. Just ripped 500. Well, this is why he loses, bro. He has no feeling. Fuck this shit, man. I'm done. This is why he's making bad decisions. We found out why he's making bad decisions. You know? Anyways, let me just go totally come back, guys. Give me a sec. I heard ranting again. What was that about? You just missed it, bro. This is good for you as well. Please answer my question. Bro, I have gold sell. I will cut or wait for reversal. That's your choice. It's your plan, right? That's not my plan. You have to have a plan. I tell you that. We need money ripping and simulating backtesting software. We need a money ripping simulator backtesting software. Why is everyone selling gold with all-time highs bullish structure? Yeah, they might be right, man. They might be right, but they're not going to be right long term. Hi, you've been trading live over 1 year. Do you mind linking your account, Tradingview, or sharing your full broker statement? I can share, of course, in terms of percentage, no problem. Linking my account to TradingView, I don't want because I don't like the TradingView interface. I rather use MetaTrader 5. But if you want to see something that's even like more as well, that's an immediate one, you can also visit my journal and just see me actually enter the trade, because then there's no subjectivity that I work with brokers or all of this stuff as well. Because you can literally go pick any trade here and see me enter from the actual entering point here. Something like this, right? So let's see what time, I don't know, we'll see in the thing. So this would be better because you can actually see me here, put out the position. Let's actually mute it. And look, you can see me here, you can see me here, look. Exactly say where I'm going to enter, right? With a line saying literally buy order. You can see me get triggered into the position, right? Telling people not in. Do I get triggered anytime soon? There we go. When I get triggered, how I'm holding drawdown now. No one shows you them holding drawdown. And this is not only for wins, right? This happens for losses as well, right? So I think that is fair. You learn more from that, I think. You won't really learn much from that. Three minutes for GU to close below. Let's have a look at GU. Yeah, I would prefer a little more liquidity grab first. Bro, can we view your journal? Of course, that's public. Zulu put it in chat. He put it in chat. Hi, when's the last time you took a trade that did not follow your plan or was an emotional trade? Have you seen? Haven't seen you made one yet. Let me try to think to myself here. It's not recent though, that's for sure. I don't think, man. I don't think it's possible for me. Like, I'm just too disciplined for that. The only thing I have done is made bad decisions in the trade. That's the only thing I have done of recent. Like something that I would say you can consider bad or not 100% following the plan is that. It's just bad decision in maybe too fast going to break even, more of an emotional break even, stuff like that. All right, so gold trying to pop back up here to the highs. Could this be the liquidity grab we need to break out? We will see. Soon to find out on episode 2. Look, I want to teach you something. Whenever we're trading at all-time high, you have to be proficient in price action. Price action is super, super, super important, right? The reason why price action is super, super important in these times is because you need to look at what price is done at different levels. We know this is a rejection level. Price can have a lot of trouble from this level. We need to be looking at what are possible levels for price to react off, right? So when we were coming down, this is a potential reaction level, right? When we were coming down, this is the next potential reaction level. These are all going to be areas of interest that if we create support from these levels here, we can look for buys. But since price is just so bullish right now, it's even reacting off the most minor levels of support here. The most minor levels of support, right? It's reacting based on. Look at GJ now. Yeah, GJ is just sitting here ranging. Can you take a look at these potential sells on DAX? Let's see. Let's see. Looking at GU waiting for 1 hour closure. Like I said, it is counter trend. Yes, it can make sense if we expect this to be a short-term top. But I rather see either two things here. I rather see us close below, next candle pull back and we continue down. I'll take sells like that. Or if we create structure, I'm going to take a buy back up. Right? If this 1 hour closes breaking structure, yeah, we have an opportunity. I would say we need to watch this level here. Could also maybe be something. Just maybe. We'll put a question mark on it. Just normally when you see very impulsive moves up. LIC, I don't see your chart. Your chart didn't attach for your sells. Harry, do you recommend using buy stop, sell stop, limit orders, or setting alerts when you're away from the charts? Setting alerts 100% when you're away from the charts. Buy stop, sell stops, I don't really like, as spread can trigger you unless you're really comfortable and understand the spread, which for me, using same brokerage for a while, I'm pretty comfortable with buy stop, sell stops if I want to use one. But most of the time I just market execute. Took GU, what did you take on GU? Nothing yet. Not sure what you took. Unless you're seeing something. 30 close below. Ah, yeah, 30 did close below there. Counter trend sell. All right, good luck with your counter trend sells. Looks like it's working nicely for now. How big was your stop? Stop was 9 pips. Not bad, not bad. Target to here is going to be 13. Yeah, so if we get back to that buying zone, that'll be your TP. Your TP will be where that buying zone is. And then I'll take buys from there and catch extension to daily resistance. 52 pip range. That's nice. These sells here. Yeah, just the 4-hour support, obviously you can watch here. What's this, a 15-minute close below here? Yeah, have a look at it. Yeah, just that 4-hour, man. Just watch the 4-hour, otherwise it looks good. Especially with the 5-minute structure. I would say, yeah, the only contention zone is the 4-hour for now. So once it taps 4-hour, you can make a decision. See how to manage at that zone. Even now, you could even manage with something closing above 5-minute structure here. 5-minute structure you can manage. Yeah. Like even if it taps 4-hour and then gets above, you can give it room if you expect today to go down. It is mixed bias. It is mixed bias. Selling GJ? Not yet, not yet. We're just stuck in the range on GJ, guys. You have to be a little bit patient on GJ. It's just stuck in the range. It's not doing anything yet. If this 15 can close bearish, next one close above is also nice. Hi, do you think that reading key levels for reversal is good strategy? Not always, no. They're good levels for sure, but not as a strategy. "30-minute close bullish here. Set up 2 on 30-minute. Stops is not worth it though. That's the only problem I have. 47 for like 19. If we can get back here and form a setup 2 on 5-minute, maybe. It would be pretty advanced entry. But it's you're buying the bottom wick of the 30. 23 minutes to the 1 hour. Stop loss would be somewhere. Which broker do you use? I see. Maybe gold is making lower high to continue down. So far on the 5 minute, yes. But that could change with one support, right? One support can change that. If you guys enjoying the stream, make sure to leave a like. 180 likes here on stream. I'm sure we can get to the 300 like target. Hate to say it, but part of the game. 252 likes in the chat, but 180 on stream. I hate to say it, but you know, we got to get it done. Got to get done. Show people are engaged. Show people are listening. Otherwise, I don't know if people are listening or not. How can Dixie help? Higher time frame Dixie can help. Lower time frame not so much, but higher time frame Dixie can help. Can help you to understand, you know, if Dixie's in bouncing zones because it's negatively correlated to gold. If Dixie goes down, gold goes up. So you would have seen yesterday Dixie do what? Dump. Why? Because gold went what? Up, right? So you can see that big gap in that as well. Rejected 4-hour top of range and continued down. See how GU is doing? So we broke previous 4-hour lows now. I mean, if this 15 can close below and we get a retracement on 5, that's where I maybe might try counter trend sells, as I'm not a counter trend trader. I don't really like counter trend too much, as I normally get messed up by counter trend. But if we have a second break of structure, so we break a broken first structure here, and then if we get a 5-minute retest here, fail, I can take sells, and I'll get sells from all the way up here after extra confirmation. Instead of this just being a liquidity grab and then we go up, because that could happen, but I'll find out because I'll be taking the resistance. So when it rolls back over, I've seen that happen a lot. So that's where I'll take counter trend. If not, then I'm looking for buys down here. We're pretty close. The previous 4-hour, I don't think it will be, since we didn't cross that with news. So I'll be looking for buys in that zone, as that's our next support. So if we can create a rejection from there, I feel like we could at least retest back into this 15, especially with a 5-minute change of structure there. GJ 1-hour candle is not looking the best here, but still 20 minutes some time. 15 minutes is very boring. Yeah, GJ is looking a bit boring. I think GU and gold could be a little bit more interesting. Missed out on the 30 closing below here. I didn't notice that. I was more concentrated on the 1-hour support up here and the 15-minute support down here. Did not notice that. What's your strategy? First time I saw your channel, it's price action based trading here. You can check out the videos on my channel, a lot of good information. Remember, next week video coming out on Mondays now. We're posting on Mondays. So you can watch it on Monday and use it for the whole week. Only a couple more pips, like 5 pips here. And then we come into our buying zone. It's nice to see it push down before London into the buying zone. What are the chances of you placing a trade today? The same chances that there is every day. It depends on if the market gives me a setup or not. There's 100% chance I place a trade every single day, unless something changes in the market that does not allow me to place a trade. I don't show up to sit here and do nothing. I don't get paid, you know, on YouTube here to sit and do nothing. Depends how busy he is. Yeah, that should be the comment. And then set up 2 on GU. Yeah, that would be valid here. That would be valid. Right, bullish bias. We didn't get a liquidity grab to the highs yet. So this could just be a retest here, right? London could pull back a little bit, give a retest towards this zone. Set up 2 towards the upside. This week NY has been more profitable. There has been a lot of trades. A lot of trades have come off stream this week. That's why probably everyone on stream is like lacking. Like yesterday, GU trade came off stream, gold pushed off stream. But that's why, you know, you need to learn the skill. I keep telling you guys, learn the skill so you can trade, you know, in the other times, right? That's why we have our exclusive group, because we're all there to do one thing, which is trade, and also, you know, have a community, which is nice. I think there's a lot more to just trading in the exclusive group. Well, I'd hope so. If everyone is there just to, you know, focus fully on, oh, I only want to take a trade, I don't think you'll utilize it to its full potential, because there's a lot of good individuals in there. It's nice to talk to people. Seems to react from 4-hour level. Yeah, it's reacting off it right now. So we'll see what happens. Could just be a small reaction. We'll have to see if it's rejection. Remember, reaction is different than rejection. It can now just bounce, but it's still possible for it to push through, right? It's still possible to push through. I'd still be looking for buys if we can create some sort of support. But if we see a rejection from here, then yeah, this will be the level where we look for buys above. We look for buys above that level. Alright, what's your personal opinion on using moving averages, additional confluence? Maybe higher time frame, but you know, not lower time frame. I don't see it as too much. They're lagging, right? They're lagging. How to make bad decisions trade? I answered your question earlier, bro. I answered your question earlier. Your winning rate? You can see down there, it says, you can also see my journal win rate. Same thing. Just without the decimal point, 76. I just round it to the lowest. Not up, I don't round up. Win rate, guys, don't focus too much on win rate. It's not a very important factor. It is, but is not, if that makes sense, because it could be quickly adjusted. You could be still profitable and have a 50% win rate week because you manage trades and stuff like that. But long term, obviously, if you're closing at, you know, 1-to-1s and stuff like that, you obviously need probably a higher win rate. Not probably, indefinitely. But really 60% win rate, you can get away with 1-to-1. How is it in Dubai overall? It's an amazing city, man. It's an amazing city, and I love it, of course. That's why I'm here. Yeah, Tony. So it is rejecting off this level, right? So now we got our rejection. So yeah, we can watch it, man. Remember, we could also get set up for, you know, well spotted. Or we can get, if it fails to get back in the range, this is where we can get the lower high. Remember the lower high I was speaking about? Very possible as well. So this is the difference between react and reject. Yes, because we reject because now the candle closed and it didn't get below. So we rejected. Also 5-minute closed bullish from that zone. So we rejected. Reacted means that we just tap it and bounce up. That's a reaction. Maybe it will come back down and re-break its own low and then go straight through, right? Do you need to be driving a Bugatti to live in Dubai? Guys, not everyone who lives in Dubai is rich, man. It's not the case. A lot of people are not. Harry, when will you do the gaming stream? I did one this week in the exclusive group. I couldn't do it on YouTube, but I'm not sure when. Probably next Friday. This Friday, I'm too busy. I don't have time to game. I don't game every day. I don't have time for that. Only when I get a chance. Obviously, weekends are going to be a lot easier. What games you play? Only one, Counter-Strike. I'm not a gamer, guys. I'm not a gamer, but I just enjoy playing Counter-Strike sometimes. What's your take on gold? Will it go up? Well, it's a potential here. Yeah, you know, it is a potential. Right now, it looks like we might be forming some range. We'll have to see. I wonder if we break out in London. It's possible. This is good structure it's forming. If it wants to break out, we have a structural point. If it wants to break out, I'm ready. That's all I'm going to say. I'm ready to give it a shot. I'm not scared to give it a shot, as this is something you have to. I would rather lose a trade trying the breakout on all-time high than say that I didn't attempt to catch a gold breakout. Because look at this Asian session here, 7 a.m. Perfect close above 25.65. Push above the high, straight 50 pip banger. Why is GJ messy? GJ has been messy for a couple of weeks, man. It's changed policy. This is the first time we've seen it in over 4 years. So GJ is not going to be the same for a while, you know, until it really can reverse and start to get into a trending market, until it can start getting into our long higher time frame downtrend. It's never going to be the same again. It's not that last 4 years of just upside pushing all the time. We are followed by a lot of inconsistent random pushes, followed by inconsistent random pushes. You know, so GJ is changing a bit in the way it moves, but this is completely normal when an asset goes through an historical change like it has. In the last 10 years, we have not seen interest rates touched negative. We have not been out of a negative interest rate environment. So give it time. It needs time. That's why we have backup pairs, and we're constantly, you know, looking. You might see we're looking more at GU these days because we have to allow price to do its thing and not lose money. And my ability to be able to identify that as a trader is very important to my long-term success. Realize this asset doesn't give a shit about you. The only thing that you have to protect you is the skill, and the skill to know when it's the time not to trade certain assets. Now, in the future, you know, might take 2 months, might take 3 months, GJ will start to get back into its higher time frame trending motions, and this might be towards the downside. And when we get that, and we get that, it will be extremely profitable and easy to make profits of it. But in these times, it's going to rinse traders. It's going to make them hate the pair. But as a trader, that's why it's good to have backup pairs, right? You know, that's what it means to have backup pairs. And if the backup pairs become slow, we can look into other stuff that moves volatile, like indices and stuff, right? Look at GU. What's happening with GU? Yeah, GU is now trying again to get back below. It's coming towards our zone though. It's coming towards our zone. So if we can tap into this zone and then start to reject, this will probably happen by London Open. Probably happen by London Open. So far from this candle here, we push around 11 pips. So if you took it based on the 30-minute, I think you would have got your 1-to-1 right now. Especially it being counter trend, you want to kind of take that and leave. Unless you're trying a high time frame picture, yeah, that's like easy 10 pips here. Would you consider setup 5 on GU on 5-minute for upside? Yes, but I really want to tap the zone first. FTMO spread a little bit less than 1-to-1, yeah, but market doesn't care about your FTMO spread, right? But I mean, it still hasn't hit full target here, so you can also wait it out for sure. It's just counter trend is always a little bit iffy. I took profit at 4 hour because I'm already in drawdown. Well, that's a bad mindset. That's a mistake you made, right? That's a mistake you made. That doesn't matter if you were in profit, because now if you take a full losing trade next trade, guess what happens? You're in more drawdown, because this profit you just took is not going to cover for that, is it? Unless you manage the drawdown on the next trade, which is a potential, right, on the next losing trade. So your wins are going to be smaller than your losses. It's bad. And then you just never get out of drawdown, because every time you need like a massive win streak with no losses to get out. But then you realize, hey, if I took a massive win streak with big trades, you know, then I would have been not only out of drawdown, but in profit. Yeah, I also didn't even go full risk again. Not too great. Yeah, this is a time where you just have to do it. It's a normal thing, man. It's a normal thing. Like, you know, don't beat yourself too much about it, but you have to change it. Remember, you're on, you know, your challenge here. Like, you're not losing real money to have to go lower risk or play it safe because you need to pay yourself and it's a Friday. It doesn't matter. You're not going to be paid next week or the month after if you continue like this, right? The only thing you have to lose is how much you paid for the account. So you either lose that and learn a lesson of what you did wrong, but at least you then follow a plan to your best ability. Like, you can't lose. You really can't lose. Like, how can you lose if you followed a plan to your best ability and learned every single trade that you took? You just literally can't lose long term. Unless you do some BS, of course, you know, on lower time frame and all of that stuff. What does it mean by Islamic account on IC markets? I'm from the UK. Should I select standard or raw spread account? You know, IC markets has a page that explains what their different accounts can do. You can go and read what is an Islamic account. You can go read and learn and educate yourself. Take the initiative to read, because in trading you're gonna have to do that. I know you might be thinking this guy is being sarcastic. I'm not. I'm telling you the harsh truth that you, instead of asking someone the time you took to write that in YouTube chat, you can find that out on the internet. You can research, and you'll have to do the same process with your own trades. So let me ask you, before you deposit money into a brokerage, have you ever made any money in the market? If you haven't, then why are you depositing money in a brokerage? Right? Why? So yeah, I would use raw spread. That's what I would use. Raw spread myself. I'd use raw spread as that's what I use. If you're asking between both, that's a valid question. Which one would you use? That's a question I'm happy to answer. And I use raw spread, as I said. 1 hour close at 3 minutes, 15 minute doing what, 5 minute doing this. Did you even tap the wick? Not yet, not wick. EU reached that same zone. So GJ is in bullshit land. No real interest in GJ for me. It's going to be up to gold or GU here. To make money in the market, I will have to open a live account, yes or no? What? Bro. Yeah, man. No, to make money in the market, of course you have to open. Where are you going to make money from? You know? Demo account? Brother. But you're not going to make money if you don't know how to take a trade, bro. You could get a job at the hedge fund. That way you can make money at the market. Well, they're still going to give you a live account. Don't feed this troll. I had to think. I'm trying to think if he's being serious or not. Because poor guy might be new. He might be new. He might be new and just completely lost. And this is all really confusing. He doesn't know what spread is. He doesn't know what a pip is. He doesn't know what how brokers work. He doesn't know what trading is. You know, he might not understand. So this is what I was trying to think, you know, maybe this is how he is. He just doesn't understand, poor guy. And in that case, you know, he has to go and research all of these things and understand, like, don't deposit money, bro. Don't deposit money if you are feeling lost, please. If you want to spend money, I would say don't spend money right now. Don't spend money right now. Go on my YouTube channel, please, and watch my free content. It costs you nothing but time. I beg you. Watch my full Forex course. Don't go buy a course. Please just watch this. I'm telling you something. If you're new, you have an extreme benefit right now. Go and watch this, please. And then only after you watch that, start applying. Open a demo account at max. No problem. Open a demo account. And if you want to invest money, don't go spend expensive. Don't deposit 1,000 in a broker. Go spend something on an affordable solution, like, you know, if you want to spend like I have. That's all you need. Nothing more. Right, 1 hour open here, close bullish the 1 hour candle. Bullish on the candle, 1 hour candle open here. Interesting close. No top wick on the 1 hour. I wonder if we can play this 1 hour. I want to try buy from this key level. I'm gonna try something tricky today. I'm gonna take a half risk buy if we go tap into this zone here. Expecting the 1 hour to flip and make a top wick. Right? If it makes a top wick first, then that's my idea gone. And I'm expecting price to respect this key level here. Stop loss I'm gonna put below the range. Let's try this. No top wick on my broker, yeah. Very important, no top wick. Oh shit, my camera died. If it makes a top wick, idea is out of the window. We wait for something else. Come on, push down. Damn. Top wick was made. The whole idea was to try buy this with no top wick. With no top wick. Is this SMC strat? No, this was no top wick strat. But it's made a top wick. So I'm deleting this buy from here because my whole idea was for it to make a top wick on the 1 hour. 1 hour setup 2. I'm buying the bottom wick of a 1 hour setup 2. At least to make a top wick. I would expect a top wick. And we've been respecting this key level here. Look at the 1 minute. And I wanted to just buy off 1 minute structure here. I wanted to buy off 1 minute structure. So, damn. That's unlucky. I was looking forward to that. Now we just have to wait. That would have been such a sniper entry. Trust. Trust. That would have been such a good entry. Because see, you're buying that bottom wick, right? Because now look at it on 30 minute. You'd have the setup 3 here as well. 30 minute close back inside the range. Yeah. You're buying on the pullback to reach all-time high. And you're not buying into resistance. If you buy at the break or the flip, you're buying into resistance. Becomes tough. You buy from down here. By the time we reach resistance here, we're at more than a 1-to-1. Can you imagine? You close half at the resistance. Boom. You can get a massive move here. That's that whole plan, you know. What's wrong with the camera dying every stream? I think the battery is becoming kaput now. Battery is becoming kaput. See how GU did? GU is respecting that 4 hour support. GU is respecting that 4 hour support. 1 hour close bearish. 30 minute close bearish. 15 minute candle closing bearish. All candles closing bearish. I would prefer to see a 15 minute candle close bullish from here in order to continue up. GBP JPY stuck in the range. Gold trying to make its way towards the upside here. I wonder how we can enter in gold here. Now we have to figure out how can we enter in gold. What is going to be a valid way to enter gold right now? This is what I'm trying to figure out. I guess a 15 close above. A 15 close above this zone here is the next shot we have. Just press buy. It's literally like that. That's why it's literally like that at the moment. But we just need stop loss placement, right? Because it can pull back. So that's why, especially with all that confirmation, no top wick, 1 hour support, 15 minute support, rejection wick from key level. It makes sense, man. It makes sense. You get that to buy that bottom wick. You have a key level to protect because that's what price is doing right now, is trading between key levels. Bro, I knew this was going to be a banger trade if we could get in. Imagine if you were already in, you would be up like so much. That's already 34 pips. Stop loss here, 19 pips. Those type of entries when you get the chance, oof. 1 hour close, not the best though. It's not. But the whole chance was to just get the 1 hour top wick. Remember, by the time you get the top wick, just the top wick on the 1 hour, you're already up 18 pips 1-to-1. Just for a top wick. Which we can expect in terms of probabilities, right? There is a 85% chance that we make a top wick. Especially when we're rejecting something, right? We have to keep everything in mind. Higher time frame is bullish. 15 minute created support. 30 minute closing back inside of the range. 1 hour created the support. Unless an FU candle comes to grab liquidity, yes, then you be sad. Game over then, right? Do you cry yourself to sleep on a Friday? I mean, now I guess we're looking all-time high, to be honest. All-time high, we have to come and attack all-time high. Just realize I think more about the entry than stop loss placement. Harry talked about enough this week. Yes. But, you know, stop loss placement is also important, but entry is also important there, right? Because when we take a trade, we don't really care about, well, we don't expect it to hit stop loss. GU setup 2, yeah, we need to let it cook though. We need to let it cook. If 15-minute can do some business here. How you still drive your Audi SUV? I do. Maybe I treat myself to something, we'll see. I have too much right now going on. It's not easy. Have you ever drifted in a car? I have of course. 7 minutes for this 15 could be quite nice. Only 3 pips to previous range though. We would also have a 5-minute change of structure. Hope all is well outside trade. Oh no, I mean not hard like that, but I mean it's just hard to turn around and buy a car, you know. Like you have to be ready. Like I have other things I'm investing money in. I mean I could, but you know, you want to upgrade your car, right? Not just replace. What would be for you an upgrade to your car? You'll see. Good morning to all the TS exclusives. May the pip be with you guys. Just dropping to hit a like to Amazing Harry. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you're well. Buy C63. Yeah, they're good cars. They're cool. That I could just switch my car for that. Add a little bit. That's no problem. But you don't want to go around just trading cars, you know. In Dubai, do you buy the car in full or finance? Depends what car, but full. In full. This is a nice 5-minute close. Good bottom wick on 5 as well. I mean, I like this 5 close here, guys. I really like this 5 close. Change of structure. Liquidity grab down into this zone. We'll have to see here. But the problem is it's no 15 has closed bullish, so I could not enter full risk on this, you know. Yep, exactly. No bullish confirmation. You're just relying on bias, though. You're just relying on bias. These triple rejection wicks. Hopefully 15 can chill and we just get a clean 15 close above. I think at like the 2-minute mark it would just make sense to wait for that. What's your opinion about adding to trades? I think that could add unnecessary risk, but as long as risk is managed, it's totally fine to add to your winning ideas if there is range, right? You have to have range, right? Otherwise, you're just going to end up making a winning position losing, because if you add a position here and you get in profit and then you add, so your first position here, you add again, first one comes down, right? Then you then get out of break even this and then you lose this. It sucks. It sucks because now you made a winning position, or what happens is that your first position, you close off your first position, you add a second position, and the second position then ends up failing and you lose the profits from the first position. So it's a completely, you're basically taking two trades. You're not adding, you're taking two trades. So people like to say, okay, I want to scale on risk, right? I like to scale on risk. Well, if you want to scale your risk, why not just enter bigger risk on the first position? Also, negative RR, well, you wouldn't be looking, you would be looking to go back and retest all the way up into the range because you're bullish bias, right? So this would just be a watch zone. That's what this would end up being, a watch zone. $15 not looking like it wants to close bullish here. Look at what would have happened if we took the gold buys here. We would have just got our little one-to-one scalp and then it would have been done, right? So interesting to see. I believe my zone is so accurate. I haven't tested this, but I believe my zone is so accurate here that we probably get a same reaction of it. But I don't know, because the whole idea of my previous trade was no top wick. That's my price action based entry that I have statistically proven. My zone on 5 minute, I don't know. I think it has a good chance to hold, but who knows? I haven't really specifically tested that over at least 50 iterations. Especially with 15 minute now closing bearish, it's not really a good idea. See GU now, damn, GU coming back into our zone. So it might want to retest the zone deeper, which is no problem for us because it just gives us more range to trade. We just have more range to trade. Come on, pairs, do it for Harry. Yeah, give me a trade on Friday, man. Come on, finish the week here strong. I mean, it's been a good week. New York session has delivered gold yesterday. Absolute monster. GU yesterday as well. And the day before, we had gold in CPI as well. And London session, I consider just a commission trade. Small trade in London session. So, yeah, it happens where we have cycles. Next week, maybe only trades are going to come in London. But this is why I stream, is most of my trades during the year come during London session. But, you know, you guys can't take that for granted. So be grateful that you do get positions on stream. And we'll see what happens. All right, 15 closing. Gold is starting to look messy here. Looking game over on gold. GJ closing above key level. We're closing above key level. Don't know what Tony is looking at. Man's looking at some. Even if it did close above key level, what are you going to do with it at this resistance? It's a bearish session bias as well, right? This week is stupid. Moves come after the session. Some, but in New York, they've been coming during the session. London, I think we took we took GU sells after stream on Yeah, we did. The move came after stream. Yeah, this week all the moves come after stream. But that's why you need, that's why I set plans and I tell you guys what the plan is so you can execute. And if you're confused and you're not confident with plans, that's exactly what people ask me, right? I get people who ask me, they can ask me on Zoom, hey, I'm not sure, or they ask me on chat, Harry, this doesn't make sense to me. Okay, let's see why, right? Then you're going to get understanding. Application, right? Very important. Application. Okay, gold, break of second structure. Maybe. So with this strength here coming into the dollar here, we're seeing. That's why GU is not continuing up. We're actually seeing GU continue down. We didn't get that retracement. I wanted deeper to take also sells. We were getting the buy option first. Looks like the only way to get in some form of option today was counter trend, selling into the 15 on 30. But honestly, I didn't notice that 30 close. I was so locked in on the 1 hour. This 1 hour close below or the 15. Bro, for futures when trading, are we also playing lots or contract? Futures is contracts. It's basically the same thing. It's not, but you can just research and find out it's very similar. Lots and contracts. Like one contract is I think 100,000, which is the same as one lot, if I'm not wrong. So that's the same in that sense. Look, guys, GU buys might play out here, but it might take a while. You have to wait. You have to wait. We have 5-minute lower high structure, so you need a 15 close and preferably a textbook setup 5. We need 15 change of structure here. This is what's really going to give you full confidence to send this. Bro, I have a problem. 80% of the time I'm right on direction after retest, but the problem is I enter into the trade too early and after stopping me out and the market goes in my direction, or I'm too late to enter. Then have a specific entry confirmation, not just trying to time the market. Your job is not to time the market. Your job is to remember, time in the market is sometimes better than timing the market, right? So your job is going to try to find what is my entry confirmation. And if that confirmation doesn't happen, doesn't matter. I am right 90% of the time, not only 80% of the time. But if I do not get an entry confirmation, there's no way I can enter the trade. There's no way I can enter the trade because it doesn't follow my plan. And that's just how it is being a trader, right? That's just how it is being a trader. I was hoping for a nice little early trade today so we can start off the weekend. But it seems like London session is going to continue the way. This is where end of week, you can feel like, hey, I haven't taken a trade too much in London. I mean, we did take trades, of course, in London this week, but this is where you have to control emotion as well. All right, this is good reaction from our zone, right, guys? Very good reaction from our zone. This is where the buys could start to make sense. 8 minutes for this 15 close. How is gold doing? Gold is starting to continue down. GJ is starting to continue up here. No ranges for buys though on GJ with bearish bias. So we will follow bias on GU and see if we can catch these buys here. Seven minutes, let's see. Give me a sec, go toilet, come back. All right. So we are having a reaction here from that zone, heavy reaction. Hopefully it can chill here and not just blast up. What's stop looking like? Pretty big stops, to be honest, for the target we have. We would need a complete extension of this move. Could still be worth a shot with bullish bias, as we could just continue through, but we'll have to see. We need volume. That's what we'll need. We'll need good volume here. Any type of shitty volume, and then it's just going to probably be a break-even trade, but we're following a process here. I quite like the rejection of this from the bottom of the range though. Where will be stops on what? Where do you think they'll go? Where do you think stops will go? How do you determine the volume? You trade during times of volume, and then you just hope, and you can use the previous week. I mean, usually there will be volume during those times. Where do you think stops would be, man? I don't know, you tell me. If you're planning a trade during New York and you need to make last decision stops, where are you going to do it? How you hit TP on New York this week? Yes. Harold pass funding challenge in one trade? Probably not, unfortunately, because unless I can plan a higher time frame trade where I can get more risk to reward, yes. I could risk 2%, 24688. Oh, 1 to 5 you need. Yeah, that's a pretty big trade, a 1 to 5 on 2% risk. What about 3? How much max daily loss? I mean, unless you full pelted it, a 1 to 2.5 with a 4% risk. 2 shots only. Need a pretty accurate trade. No, I don't like all these clean candles here on 1 minute. I don't like that. 5 minute here closing at 3 minutes. I mean 15 minute closing at 3 minutes. Can we chill, Mr. GU? Can we chill? Yes, you are correct, man. It would be below the 15 wick, right? Is forward testing good with Tradingview paper account? I would say open a demo account with a broker will be better. That will be better. Gold is ranging now. I wonder if we could also sell with a higher time frame bias, right? Because if this is going to move up impulsively, if we create resistance here and go down, this is where we would break even on the buys, but then if this creates resistance, you can take the sells. So there's two options here. Is the GJ buys better than GU? Actually, no, they're not, because there's no clean range on GJ for buys. Buy into this mess. So next candle here, I want to see a very deep bottom wick to go fill some of these clean candles, because this is where our stop loss is going to be. And if our stop loss is here and this is just clean with no structure, high chance we need to fill some of this zone here. So I want to see at least 15-minute candle make bottom wick retest for our support or retest itself. That will also grab liquidity to give me the push. This won't give me confidence since we won't see too much of a push up. When we want 30-minute to close bullish here, I mean, we would enter breaking 30-minute highs. So as long as some form of rejection here would increase probabilities, but this is not considered really a strong bearish close, right? This is not something that's like detrimental. It would be nice, but you know, at the end of the day, we would be entering break of highs. Looks like it's going to close bullish anyways. You know, again, I would like to see that deep bottom wick right now, guys. There's not even a bottom wick, so there's no way we can enter. So I'd like to see, since this is a 30-minute open as well. Yeah, looking for bottom wick down to here. Since we broke highs already, if we break highs already and then if we break these highs first and then make a bottom wick, we could even look to buy off bottom wick. Because then we would have been in anyways both ways, right? So look, we're trying to break highs now. So if we can, yeah, there we go. Now we broke highs. If we can come down now, make bottom wick, we can buy off the bottom wick and get an even accurate entry. If there's no bottom wick, then what can we do here, man? What can we do? This is looking like it wants to sell, to be honest. Is trading an art or a science? It's an art, it's not a science. If it was a science, it could be coded and it'd be extremely profitable. I think it can be both, actually. I think retail trading is definitely an art. All right, a tap target already. First target hit. This is nuts price action right now. Making us wait so long just to do this. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. For real? This is what's gonna make me do on a Friday? This is what it's gonna make me sit through on a Friday? Gold ranging, GJ in the shittiest zone possible. And GU open, no bottom wick. It was actually, look, I was actually positive about there being no bottom wick, because then we could buy the bottom wick, which would have been a really nice entry somewhere down here. I would look to buy it just off the 4-hour support, somewhere here like this. That would have been the idea. Stop loss, same stop loss, below the wick. This would have been already a 1-to-1. Man, if we can get these bottom wick entries today, would be nice. Max target here, something like this. Yeah, that would be nice buy. Shame that didn't come through. How about DAX? Let me see what I would have taken on DAX today. So we did get to the 4 hours. So that, remember we're talking about those sells. So I would have taken those sells. Obviously it would have managed at 4 hour here. So this 5 minute here is nice. Stop loss can be 136 pips. TP was 150. So you get your 1-to-1. Now we're breaking out on DAX. So you need some sort of 5 minute structure right now. See where we are on higher time frame. We're close to 4 hour resistance. So that was just a liquidity grab for London to continue bullish. We also have these 1 hour resistances here. So I said once we get above this, it's pretty clean sailing here for DAX. Pretty clean sailing. So you could buy above that. There's a 15 here as well. Or you can look for supports to trade back towards that 15. I think the trade is gonna come after stream, guys, if I have to be honest. I think the trade is gonna come after stream. I think there's an opportunity to possibly sell GU as well. If we create resistance and get back outside the range, can sell it back down. Gold is just ranging. Look at this. What are we gonna do with GU now? I think the sells is what makes sense. Good thing is if we took buys here, we would be probably break even. Maybe not actually. 5 minute structure looks good. I think gold can do big retrace up to 25.40. Depends, man. Gold likes to sometimes just accumulate here and then New York breakout again. You know, 25.40 is a pretty big shot here, bro. I think higher time frame, yes, we are due. That is of course our area of interest. Is gonna be 24.40s. You know, into not 24, even lower, 24.30 30s here. Hey man, what's the orange line? Higher time frame points? Yeah, they're my support and resistance on higher time frames, Andrew. Why is the price of gold futures different? Because futures have a different data feed, right? They're centralized to the futures charts. Whereas brokerages have separate data feeds. That's one of, like, you could say, a disadvantage with CFD brokers is each data feed is different. Yeah, man, we're doing a whole load of nothing right now. Gold 30-minute sell setup 1. Counter trend, yes. No, I would say 15 you would want. It's getting late, guys. It's almost 12 o'clock here, and this is, I think if a trade is gonna come, it's gonna come after stream, guys. I don't want to just keep sitting here. Again, I really, we normally have trades that come on stream here, so it's just gonna be a matter of showing up and waiting for that to happen. Like, this week has been a lot of trades coming post stream here, but this is my schedule, and I'm gonna follow my schedule. But there's no harm in that. It's Friday today. It's been obviously a pretty average week. I would say nothing spectacular, nothing too bad, not something that's really is shitty. A lot of education this week. So if you did find value on our streams this week, make sure to leave a subscribe to show up for next week. Next week could be interesting with where gold is, and next week is going to be interest rate decision week. So I expect a lot of volatility, especially after interest rates. So after Friday. If after Wednesday, Friday the 13th today, yes, probably everyone is scared. That's why they're not trading. So we just need some sort of thing to happen. Now, I'm going to tell you the plan. Plan on GU is that I actually wouldn't mind trying to sell this and anticipate the 4 hour to close. If we can come up here, form resistance, I'll take a sell to retest this level again here. No bottom wick here is made, a lot of levels below, and showing a lot of weakness. Obviously our buys, so we had 2 positions we waited, and that's how, it's just unlucky we didn't get triggered. The gold buys we wanted to take here with the no top wick on the 1 hour, we had a buy, we were ready to buy here at the bottom of the range, never retested. No problem. We wanted to take the GU buys, no top wick was given to us, no any wick, sorry, was given to us, and there's nothing really we can do with that, to be honest. So even no wick is made yet. Maybe if we could have made a wick right now, 5-minute structure, we could buy the setup 2 on 5-minute up, but we're not doing that. We're kind of just hanging around here. So that's totally fine. This is a time we just need to remain disciplined and just wait for the setup. Set alerts, go do something with your day, and then when the trade happens, you can take something. So yeah, I appreciate everyone showing up. Have an amazing weekend. Hope to see you on next week's streams. Goal for this month, rest of this month, is going to be to get the stream back to 1,000 viewers, or hit 1,000 viewers. Then I have to flex my biceps, so I better start training them hard. And yeah, I appreciate it. And take care all. Trade sharp, and hopefully speak to you guys very, very soon. Peace. Have a nice weekend.